Hi everyone, Claudia here from Lighting Clarity. This week's message to Spirit is, what am I walking towards? What am I walking towards? So I'd like you to pick who has this answer for you. Archangel Gabriel, Master Merlin, or King Solomon. Without further ado, for those of you who've picked Archangel Gabriel, please bear with me as I connect for you. Thank you. So Gabriel's making me feel, for some of you, something hasn't worked out or something didn't work out. But he's saying, we want you to know that whatever this is, this isn't over yet for you. So whether this is to do with that situation or whether this is to do with something else, he's making me feel, regardless, that something better is coming in for you. He says this year will be a mixed bag as you walk forwards. There's going to be some realizations where you're going to go, oh, I didn't really see that, or I really didn't understand that before, and now I do. And with that will come a different focus than where you've been focusing recently or now. There's going to be a different focus that will come in with that realization. And that realization might be a little bit not disappointing, but it's like, okay, I thought this and now I don't. I've realized what this is now, and I'm going to walk in a different direction, or I'm going to change my focus. They're the words I want to use. So he shows me what you're walking towards is some sort of a big change that's coming in. And it's like the energy grows lighter around you. The energy grows brighter. There's more of an excitement in your step. There's more joy and happiness there. So he's putting me in from September onwards. You're walking towards this lighter energy, this brighter energy, more joy, more happiness. It's like, it feels like a warm summer breeze. That's actually how it feels with what you're stepping into. I just want to see more detail with this. Excuse me. So he's saying that there's something that's coming in, or it's going to be offered, or something you've decided you're going to go do, and it's quite a life-changing decision. So for some, I'm like, for example, I'm not saying this is it for everyone, but for example, you've decided to take a trip around the world. For example, you're going to Europe and you didn't know you were going to do this, but you've just decided, stuff it, I'm going to go do it. Life is happening now, and I've had enough, and I'm going overseas. I'm going to Europe, or whatever it is you're choosing to do. I feel as though there's some sort of decision you're going to make. It's going to be quite a big one, some sort of life change, lifestyle change. It's going to be quite a big one for some of you, where you're going to go, you know what, that's it, stuff it, I'm going to take a chance, I'm going to go and do this, or I deserve this. And I'm seeing that attitude coming in. That's what you're walking towards, is what he shows me. That level of confidence, that level of, you know what, it's either now or not, and I'm just going to go do this. And decisions to make different things, to experience life in ways in which you haven't experienced before. So you're going to stop waiting for life to happen. You're going to create it. You're going to say, I'm going to create this. This is what I'm going to do. And that's that. So it's like the momentum comes into your step and nothing stops you with this. So it shows me you actually walking towards, this year is a journey of walking towards that point, because there are certain life lessons or certain understandings, realizations that need to come in, that's going to change your focal point in different directions, to do with different situations as well. But that's what it shows me, that there's a change, a shift, and a taste in your mouth to do with life and how it is you want life to look. More and more, you'll be able to define that. I'm going to thank Gabriel for coming in. Okay. And for those of you who picked Master Merlin, let's bring him in. Thank you. So Merlin's making me feel that as you move forward, there is going to be some new resources coming in at hand for you. And those new resources will teach you regarding life. Hang on, let me just get what he's saying. Okay, so those resources he's making me feel will be in the form of mentors stepping forward. So people either who can assist you. So whether this is a solicitor, whether this is a life coach, whether this is someone like myself, whether this is a lecturer at university or a course that you're doing, someone is going to be a bit of a mentor for you, and as they're going to assist you with moving forward within your life path. A lot of you have taken a long time to come to certain points in your life. A lot of you have found the energy moving quite slowly, change coming in very slowly, not fast enough, and that's the same for all. Change doesn't happen. Sometimes change doesn't happen fast enough when we want it, and he's making me feel these people are going to be quite instrumental, whoever they will be over the course of this year. So we'll call them resources. They'll be quite instrumental in getting you to move forward, in getting that momentum in. It feels as though there's information that has not been available to you. That information will be available to you through this different assistance that will be coming in, and it will be different for all of you. It even could just be a dear friend that actually drops in a piece of wisdom and you go, aha, I didn't think of that. So just keep it open with what this will be. So Merlin is saying there will be a change of careers within the next 2 years for those of you who work. There will be a change of careers, a change of roles, a change of jobs where you're going to be stepping up more and more. And I'm seeing joy come with this shift in work. I'm seeing joy coming in with that. So I'm also seeing a change of residence for some. I almost want to say people moving overseas or moving into a different state or moving somewhere different. Some of you are going exactly where you want to go. He shows me some of you have been waiting to move to a particular area or wherever this is, whether this is a country or a particular area. I'm getting you going. Some of you are going to go exactly where it is that you want to go and live there for the period of time that you want to be there. So he makes me feel you're going to hit a period, and we're coming towards the end of the year over next year, where you look back over this moment, where you look back over the past, and where you're at a point where you're looking from, you're standing in your confidence, and nothing knocks you, and you stand in your confidence, and it's as though you've finally found the groove, you've found the lifestyle that you've been wanting, you finally got to that point on an emotional front within yourselves of where you feel more secure, where you feel calmer, and where you feel you have that ability of choice to do with your life. Heightened choices is what he's making me feel, and that will come in for you. So he shows me that's what each of you are walking towards: a more grounded perspective, a happier perspective, where you're feeling more confident in your decisions, where you're feeling, I don't want to use this word, but I will use it, invincible. It's something along those lines, not exact, but invincible. Yeah, confident in moving and stepping forward, confident in trying what it is that you want for yourselves. So that's what each of you are heading towards. I'm going to thank Merlin for coming in. All right. And for those of you who chose Master Solomon, King Solomon, let's bring Solomon in. Thank you. So Solomon's making me feel, for those of you who have chosen him, you're walking towards a more grounded future and a more grounded you. He's making me feel a lot of you will start to be a little bit more introspective, but from a grounded perspective, where there's some decisions of what you're going to make. You're also going to decide who's staying in your life and who's going. He's also making me feel that includes with jobs, people that you work with or work for that you really just don't like. You're going to go, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. And also in other circles as well is what he shows me. So there's some very clear-cut, firm decisions you're going to make in the immediate future where you're not going to put up for much longer with what it is that you have put up with for a while. So Solomon is saying he's assisting you with building these strong foundations, and a lot of you have already built some strong foundations under your feet. You've built some solid structures, and they're beginning to get stronger and go up higher and higher. He says a lot of you are thinkers. You think about things. You're quite strategic. You wonder, will I do this? Will I not? You think about goals, how to go about that. He says that that is fine. He says, don't overthink things. It is important that you start to put some steps in place. Even if you're not sure about the goal, start to put some steps in place. He says, as you do this, you will know whether this is the direction you want to head in, whether this is the particular thing you want, whether this is the person that you want to be with. He says, start to do something. You can't make the decision just from where you sit. Sometimes you sit too long and sometimes you ponder too long. That's just what the point he's making here. He says. So he says, your walk, a lot of you are going to find in the coming future, in the near future enough anyway, that there's skills and abilities you didn't know that you had that you were good at. So I'm seeing people try moving in, like trying new skills. So this could be a new course that you embark on, whether it's a spiritual course, whether this is also something new at work as well that you didn't know you could do, and you've been offered this role, you've been asked to do this project. There's something, and whatever this is for each of you, it may not be those two categories, but whatever this is, you're going to be a little bit, cocky in a good way, like, oh, do you know I could do that? That's really good, and I really like doing this. And it boosts your confidence. It also brings in an internal joy that you've been needing, because a lot of you need a boost. Some of you have been sort of treading water for a while. You didn't know you were treading water, but he's saying you have been for some of you. You've just been used to being mildly happy, we'll put it that way, rather than really happy. He says there's more joy that can come in for you. And he says with you choosing to step forward, with you following your intuition, because each of you are being led. He says really listen to your intuition, for your holy teams are stepping forward to lead you here, because a lot of you have held back a bit too long. We want you to step forward. He says there are new choices waiting for you that need to be made and that you will be making. He says it isn't over yet. Some of you have got some goals in mind that you think aren't coming to fruition. He says you're at the very beginnings of the road still with this. He says it's not over yet. He says a lot of you will attain some of these goals that you have. You're quite strategic. He says you're quite intelligent. And he says you will get there. He says continue moving along the roads. He says trust in your own footing. Okay, so he also shows you more financial abundance coming in, and it's not just financial for some of you. It's also going to be more of an abundant life that will be created. So I'm seeing people. Already said this, but I'm seeing people doing different things you didn't know you would do. I'm also seeing people taking cruises. Um, I'm seeing other opportunities coming up that it's very broad, that you're going to each do. So he says you're here to enjoy life. He says let that land for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel into the words. You're here to enjoy life. What does that mean to you? What's your definition of that? What does that look like? He says, aim for that. Keep that in your sights. Feel into that. Be kinder to yourselves. Reward yourselves. Because you deserve this. You deserve all the good that is coming in, that wants to come in for you and for everybody. For everybody. Okay, I'm going to thank King Solomon for coming in. I could channel all day, but I won't. I have clients. I have work to get done. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. Many blessings to you all. I'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.